is a Xiaomi Redmi 12C, and when it launched in 2022 with a Helio G85 chipset for about 80 something thousand, it was an industry and market shaker, for the simple reason that that chipset on the inside, the Helio G85 chipset, was found in more expensive devices over 100,000, and here it was in a phone costing the upper end of 70 and the lower end of 82,000. Fabulous job by Xiaomi. Plastic back cover, nice diagonal patterned design. It doesn't look fantastic, it doesn't look horrible either, it just is, and it does a good job. This year, Xiaomi has decided to follow up with the Redmi 13C, and this one is quite the looker. As you can see, it looks miles better than its predecessor. This actually looks like a more premium smartphone. This back cover looks like glass, but it's still plastic, but it's nicely done such that the phone really looks good. Okay, the interesting thing that Xiaomi has done is that they have equipped it with the same Helio G85 chipset, making it essentially the same smartphone at heart. That's how I describe it, that the Redmi 13C is the same smartphone as the Redmi 12C. At heart, of course, everything is not about the heart. There are things that may be in your heart that we may never experience. You know, the way some people say that they are sweet people at heart, but everybody knows them to be mean people. I don't understand that, but hey, let's move on. So, what are the similarities and the differences between these two phones? Okay, the first thing, the design. They are kilometers apart in terms of design. One feels very plasticky and cheap, the other one feels very premium and high-end. Of course, the introductory prices also reflect this. The Redmi 13C starts at a higher price point, about 11,000, 15,000 naira higher than the Redmi 12C when it hit the market. So, similarities, quick one. The screens are both IPS LCD. They are both 720p screens, so 720 by 1650, and then they both weigh 192 grams. So you see, they are pretty much twins, even though one is the successor to the other. They have the same Helio G85 chipset, like I said. They use the same Mali G52 graphics processing unit. The main cameras of both phones are the same. You have a 50 megapixel wide angle shooter at the back. It also shoots 1080p video. Both of them also have the same 5,000 milliamp hour battery capacity, right? The USB-C standard. So they are so alike in many ways. Of course, both of them also have a dedicated micro SD slot, and they are both dual SIM phones. Of course, the memory card slot is hybrid, so you have to give up one SIM card if you want to use the memory card in the phone. Also, both of these phones are 4G phones. They are not 5G phones. They are both 4G phones. If you need a 5G phone, you are still going to spend between 120 and 140,000 naira at the least to get the most affordable 5G phone in the market. Okay, so another difference is that the Redmi 13C actually has a slimmer profile. It may not look like it, but the specifications say so. It has a slimmer profile. It also has a slightly bigger display. The display of the Redmi 12C is 6.7 inches. That of the Redmi 13C is 6.74. I'm not sure what 0.03 inches difference makes in size, makes in usage, but hey, also the Redmi 13C has Gorilla Glass on the screen, so you get a little bit more protection for your display than you get on the 12C. In addition, while the Redmi 12C has 5 megapixel selfie camera here, the Redmi 13C has an 8 megapixel camera. The 12C launched with Android 12, the 13C launched with Android 13. As far as RAM is concerned, the two phones offer different experiences. While the Redmi 12C gives you more options, the 13C gives you higher options. So you have 2 gig RAM, 4 gig RAM, 6 gig RAM options on the 12C. On the 13C, you have 4, 6, and 8 gig RAM options. Okay, so you remember I mentioned that the 13C is starting at a higher price point than the 12C. Those are some of the extras that it comes with that makes it more expensive. Also, while they both have the same 5000 mAh battery, the 12C has only 10 watt charging and the 13C has 18 watt fast charging. I mean, that's beautiful. That's lovely to see. That's lovely to know. This will charge up much faster than its predecessor. So the Redmi 13C actually packs enough differences, enough improvements to earn the higher price point. I think it does. Also, the Bluetooth version here on the 13C is version 5.3, while the version on the 12C is version 5.1. Okay, so at the end of the day, while both of them may be the same device at heart because they share the same processor and they share the same graphic processing unit, there are enough differences to make anyone prefer anyone prefer the Redmi 13C. If you asked me to pick one for my personal use, oh yes, I'm going with the Redmi 13C. There's no question about it. It's better looking, it's better designed, it offers more. The Gorilla Glass on the screen, I forgot to mention, it also has a 90 Hz refresh rate on the display. You also have a higher specified selfie camera. I've mentioned Gorilla Glass on the screen. It has higher memory options. It also has faster charging. In terms of storage, again, there is a little bit of a difference. The Redmi 12C starts with 32 gig. There's a 64 gig version. There's a 128 gig version. The Redmi 13C starts with 128 gig storage and also has a 256 gig version. So again, the price difference is justified if you ask me. Also, while the Redmi 12C has a rear fingerprint sensor, the Redmi 13C's fingerprint sensor is built into the power button here in the side. Okay, so that's another difference between the two of them. But again, as we have shown you, the price difference is not much, and it is justified. So if you are wondering what to buy as 2023 comes to an end between these two, if you have the cash, definitely go for the Redmi 13C. There's no question about it. That's what I'd love to go for if the choice was mine. As I have mentioned, the Redmi 12C starts from 82,900 and the Redmi 13C starts from 98,100. The 8 gig RAM, of course, the 8 gig RAM variant will give much better performance than the 6 gig RAM version of the Redmi 12C, which is the highest variant that you get of the Redmi 12C. So at the end of the day, the 13C actually offers you much better options in terms of user experience and performance. Right. This particular unit with us is it has 8 gig RAM and 256 gig storage. So this is the highest variant, and everything runs smoothly. Nothing is stuttering. Of course, the Helio G85 is a capable processor. It's proven, it does a good job. There is no reason to expect it not to. Coupled with 8 gig RAM, oh, fantastic! It just runs well. It just runs well. Okay, so I thought I'd just do a comparison for you to see. If you had to choose between these two, you two, come on, tell me, would you go for the Redmi 12C? Please answer truthfully so that I know who to flog. If you're going to choose the Redmi 12C over the 13C, we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation because, baby, this is sleek and this is much more equipped and capable than its predecessor. Thumbs up to Xiaomi for this. The Redmi 12C sold like hot crust buns, and I expect the Redmi 13C to follow suit. There is no reason why this phone should not do well in the market. That's it for today's comparison. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please follow my channel, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification, share my videos everywhere. I love you guys. This is Mr. Mobility once again. Take care.